Okay, so this is the minute before everything goes live. I'll probably edit this part out later. So we gotta get ready to go. Have a good night. We'll see how this happens. Every week's gonna get better. I hope. Okay. Alright. How's everybody doing tonight? Let's see where we're at. Alright, so tonight's gonna be a little different. I'm gonna play around with this program called Krita. Now, it's been a few years since I've done anything on here. They've changed some stuff. I'll let everybody know that this program is completely free. Okay? Yeah, they don't charge you anything. So, thought about messing around with stuff like this. It's probably the best way to go for now. So, let's get started. I think I'm just gonna start by keep it simple. Let's see. I played around with it a little bit today, but nothing too drastic. Let's get in here and just start drawing. Okay. Yeah, this, like I said, this program's completely free, so anybody wants to give it a try, I recommend going for it. I think we're gonna paint a nice little flower today, just to see how this thing works. So, like I said, I know some of this stuff could be really, really expensive, so if you want to just play around with something for free, this is probably the best one to go with. It can do a lot of the same stuff that Photoshop or some of those other ones can do. So idea of what we're going to do here. Just try to keep it simple. Let's see. So we add a new layer. Put that one underneath. Take this one. Okay. Alright, so let's try. What do we got here? What do we got here? Let's try this guy. Now we'll go for this kind of dark. Just brush it a little bit bigger. I always like the idea of going big to small, just like in sketching. Putting our roughs in. Getting our outer shape first. So outside shape that's gonna keep everything together. At least that's the theory anyway. Hope everything's coming out okay. Made some different adjustments to the video and stuff. A little bit bigger. Hey, Jenny. What's going on? Kind of late where you're at, huh? Let's see. We got a nice. What's going on, Steve? We'll start seeing how the rest of this night's gonna pick up. I forgot what TV was. Yeah, same here. I work nights, so I don't sleep anymore. But yeah, as I was saying earlier, this is it's a completely free program for anybody that wants to try it out. You don't need. Ah, okay. Yeah, it's a completely free program for anybody who wants to try it out. You don't need any fancy hardware or anything like that. Just something simple. It's Krita. Here, I'll actually type it in for you. So, yeah, it's not too bad. I played around with it a few years ago, but they've made a lot of adjustments to it since then. I definitely recommend it for any beginners, that's for sure. I'm still gonna have to check that one out. I meant to, and things just get a little busy, you know? Yeah, yeah, it's completely iPad compatible. It works with iOS, Windows, it even works with Linux. Make this a little bit bigger. Transitions look more natural. Yeah, I would definitely, if you got an iPad, I would definitely get this over Procreate. They can do a lot of the same stuff. Okay, yeah, it gets people started on things. And it's not, I think part of, yeah. part of the thing with whole digital is everybody thinks it's cost an arm and a leg. There are tons and tons and tons of free software out there. And you don't have to go out and buy an expensive Syntec tablet like I'm using. You can spend $20, $30 on Amazon and get a cheap off-brand one that works just as well. Graphics tablet. I even bought my dollar one, and they got pressure sensitive and everything. So if more people, didn't think it cost an arm and a leg, I'm sure more people would do it. Even with the iPad, it's already pressure sensitive. Yeah, I would recommend it because then she can get used to how things, work and operate. And if she really wants to go further with stuff like this, and then you can start getting into some of the heavier programs. There are definitely some that are worth the money and some that aren't. The one I was using last week is definitely worth the money. It does a lot of stuff that a lot of these other ones cannot do. It's a heavy duty painting program designed for painters. I think one of these weeks, instead of working on my Syntec, I'll plug in my daughter's graphic tablet, and just to show people that you don't need expensive stuff. Yeah, those things. The compatibility is easier and easier these days. I know, like I said, my daughter's graphics tablet she got can connect to a phone, and I'm like, okay. Let's see here. Connect that right there. This definitely. Yes, definitely. I would love to see it. I'll probably check that out probably first thing in the morning if you send it. I'm always interested in seeing what people are doing and coming up with, and kind of keeps me motivated. I really don't have a whole lot of time to work on stuff of my own, so I gotta keep going somehow. I don't think it's something I'll ever give up on, but definitely not something I have all the time in the world for now. I like how the blending tools work in this. Bad. I think I'm gonna drop background on this. Layer behind it and play with some of these other brushes. Saw a really cool one earlier. So here I am. Let's go with something this tone. I think this one. That's nice. Let's make that bigger. Really big. See how it lays down there. Nice little. Waggy, but I don't think that's my computer either. I think that might actually be the program itself. Running a pretty decent CPU and everything, so I don't see any issues there. Let's drop something a little darker on here. Purple. Offset that. See, that's the cool thing about working in layers. So you got your image, and whatever you put, I'll just come up behind it. Nice thick brush. It seems kind of lacking somewhere. I should put something underneath it and really bring it forward. Let's try. go with this brush again, but we'll layer it on Finder to keep some balance. There we go. And I'll just kind of pull everything in. That was a nice little fun experiment with this. I could definitely see myself using this program again. Huh. Let's see. What would happen if I copied this layer? We cut that. No. Copy layer. Okay. Let's copy that layer. Okay. Layer. Oh, there it is. Okay. That's my own just. Let's see. This overlay. Give it some thickness. Make it look like actual brush strokes. Huh. Not bad. Okay, well, let's guess that's one way to get started. Let's try. I'm just gonna stick with their standard size. And go back to my pencil that I found that I kind of liked. There we go. Give everything in here a try. You never know. Oops. Yeah. I do like how these pencils work too. It's kind of smooth. Let's bring it down a little bit. Well, copy the link then and just drop it in my DMs and I'll check it out. It might be something on Facebook's end. Let's try a different brush this time. What do we got here? Okay. Start big. Well, there's always a way to get something done. Um, I could always DM you later and give you my email address if that might we avoid that whole Facebook blah 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 crap, stuff that just tends to get in the way. All right. Thank you. I'll check that out as soon as I can though. Wow. Hey, that blend's kind of nice. Every once in a while, um, actually thinking about doing a video on that next week, possibly. The only problem with inking comics, for one, it doesn't pay enough. I've got a family to take care of, and it takes 6 to 8 hours just to do one page. That's time away from my family and everything. It's just not. It's not viable anymore. I love it. I still love it, but I gotta take care of business first, you know? Yeah, it is, but you know what? That's the way it's always been. Music industry, arts, it's been the same story since the dawn of time. there. Yeah, but it's something that everybody needs, whether they think so or not, for some reason. Your clothes, your house, anything that you look at was designed by somebody somewhere. It's just one of those things. It'll never, it may never ever get the respect it deserves, but yet it's a skill so few can do. Go figure, huh? What do you do? Let's see. Oh, not quite the effect I'm going for. Let's try the other night. And something that blends a little bit better. Quite pushed the way I wanted to. Yeah. Let's see what you do. That mixed up in there and kind of dirty. Okay. Oh yeah, there we go. Gonna create some nice effect in there. Just keep digging it in. Light source here to more of a dark back in here. I know I usually preach painting back to front because now you got to go back over this stuff, but I just couldn't help myself. I started getting into this. Keep that nice and loose and fluid. There we go. The emotion will recover in the eyes. Let's do some of the underneath first. And so it doesn't look distorted. Our locks are flowing. Knees where the hair tends to come up. A little bit more. Some of the dark on the back end here. Maybe we'll go through and add a little bit of white or lighter color. I don't really like to paint with white, but let's try throwing a layer on top there. Splash some white in there. Let's see. Just a little bit in here and here. We'll go back to our. That was our knife. That was a knife we were using, right? Yeah, I think that was a knife we were using. I think it was that one. Yeah. That's kind of heavy. Let's drop the opacity on that. There we go. Texture. That's what it does, I guess. Not too bad, not too bad. I don't even know where I was going with this. It just started going. So, let's start working some of this back out. Soften some of our edges in here. But as I was saying, this is kind of a fun program. Maybe I'm getting a little carried away here. Who knows? Still not used to kind of painting in this program. I've been using, I know last week I was using Rebel 7, which is a very painter friendly program. That kind of bugs me right there. Might have to go through and redo that. But this is still just kind of playing around with the tools. But as anybody can see, this is, you can pretty much do anything illustration wise, painting wise in here. It's got all sorts of fun stuff. But I think I'm getting ready to call it a night. Got kids in school in the morning and everything else. But this will be a learning experience for all of us. Definitely. But I'm gonna probably repost this up on Facebook or YouTube and see how it does. And yeah, maybe I'll link a page or two next week. Something completely different than painting stuff. We'll see how that goes. Alright. So anybody that's left watching, I appreciate it. And I will talk to you guys next week, or hopefully sooner than that. And Jenny, I will definitely look at that when you send it. Alright? Thank you.